And answer session. If you have a question or comment or concern you would like to share with us, we'd be happy to field those right here and now. So raise your hand, we'll call on you, take a couple questions or comments or whatever you have, and then we can do a signing and photograph session. Sick. Yeah, I'll sit down with my boys here. If anyone has a question, just toss a hand in the air, we'll pick you. All right. Thank you so much. It's true, I got older yesterday.
Hey, how was that show last night?
That show last night was crazy, my friend. It was a little bit too crazy.
Yeah.
But it'll be nothing compared to Houston.
It was so hot last night.
Really?
Yeah.
How you guys gonna do tonight?
I think it's gonna be hot tonight too.
I think so too. We're in the little closet over there, so yeah, it's gonna be
sweat all over each other.
Sorry?
Studio or here?
In the closet.
Yeah.
Large closet. It'll be really intimate.
Yeah, it's gonna be tight community. Love it. Any questions though? Guys, don't be shy. I see a nice hand up there. Beautiful. That's beautiful. You would be a good man to kick this up.
You think me? Okay. Yeah, well, you know, it's Discovery the Waterfront. It was our second album, but in a lot of ways, it was sort of like our first album because the first album was sort of like written over a lot of years. It was like different parts of EPs we've done and different demos and stuff. So Discovering the Waterfront was the first time where we like got in a room and we were planning on writing, you know, like 10, 11 songs, whatever it was, and you know, we recorded it all together. And so it was kind of the first album in that way. And I think at the time I played it off a little bit like I wasn't feeling pressure or we weren't like worried about it, but I think we were, you know, because the second album is very important for a band. When you've had a bit of success, you want to make sure that it wasn't like a fluke, you know. So many bands have a great first album and the second album's their demise, you know. So we really tried really hard on that and took a lot of time writing it. I don't know, we tried to capture the best things from the first album and be a little more refined on the second album. We did that. Thank you. Yes.
So being that it is the 10-year anniversary tour, how does looking back feel?
Yeah. It's cool. It's nice to reflect back when we played some of these songs live. Sometimes I'll be up on stage and I'll just think of something that happened 10 years ago or over the years in whatever city we're in, and you know, it's sometimes I'll even just tell the crowd what I'm thinking about and tell a story quickly. So this tour is bringing back a lot of memories, and we want to try to do that for all the people coming out too, that are coming out and remembering where they were 10 years ago and stuff. So it's a special connection we've been having with all the fans. Yay.
So out of all the songs from Discovering the Waterfront, some of them y'all don't play at all just because it's on the album. So I was wondering, what's your favorite song to play off of the album because you don't get to play?
Good question. Well, first of all, the thing is we have like 100 songs, so we can't play them all. So you know, it's not that we like always prefer other songs over other ones. It's just some of those songs at the end of the record, even though we like them better, people don't know them as well. So that's why there's popular songs and most popular songs. Yeah. But one I really like is Already Dead on that album.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I know. We can say the same song.
I'm going to say the same song, but I would have said it first.
I'm enjoying Always and Never. Another lesser played track.
I've noticed that on the tour, I think maybe because we normally play My Heroine, like towards the end of the set, it kind of feels like when we play My Heroine, that's like the end of the set, and then we get this little like bonus section of like almost like our own encore of like Always and Never and Already Dead and 3 Hours
nice time.
Well, we're gonna play it tonight. You are?
Playing them all. Hello. It's okay.
Favorite song in Houston?
Ever?
Ever been song? So speaking of Houston shows in general, last time we were here, crazy. Oh, that Fitzgerald. Which Fitzgerald was like last April, and that's why I was gonna say. No, it was awesome.
You know what the favorite song we ever played in Houston was when we covered the Chariot at Warped Tour.
That was nice.
That was when we came out. Answer. Yeah, it's like I broke the clock right twice a day. So, yes, sir. Yes, other sir.
Yeah. One of the things
like,
that
for the assist there, you like James Harden.
I'll go. Yeah, a little bit, but I'll go next. I'll go after.
Sorry, go on.
one of my favorite things that always got me into Silverstein was like the first 4 albums had like special editions with the DVD. Are y'all gonna release any more of those?
Addendum for the Southern Shifts? Do you mean like the video content in general, or like?
Well, Discovering the Waterfront had the live DVD, and I love live DVDs. And then Shipwreck in the Sand had the documentary of y'all making the album, which I totally love watching those. Are y'all gonna do any more of those?
We still do stuff like that. Actually, probably even more than we used to. Just these days, the like DVD format isn't really as popular because everybody can just like pull out their phone and watch stuff on their phone now. Like back then, you couldn't really do that. So we're still doing like a recording for this new album. We're gonna have a whole bunch of video content, but it's not gonna be available with the CD. It's just gonna be available online for free.
Okay.
So that's kind of replaced, I guess, the DVD component. Which I know what you mean. Like I like to have a hard copy of stuff too, but it's just these days, it's just changed.
Cool.
Is this for you again, or is this your
This for me.
Okay.
Hey, this is for Paul Mark. Being the newest member of the band, what was it like learning, discovering the Waterfront?
I was really dreading it all year. I was really I'm not excited for however long that takes me, but then it was sort of a breeze. I developed a really good sort of program to learn the songs quickly, and it really wasn't that hard. I'd seen these boys play them so many times, so I had an idea where it would all be. But yeah, it really wasn't that big an undertaking.
It's probably daunting for you too, because it's like when you decide to do an album, it's not like you can be like, oh well, we just won't do that song. You have to commit to the whole thing. So even the songs that are kind of weird or kind of hard or whatever for whatever reason, that's probably really scary.
The trickiest part was probably that I had to learn both guitar parts for most of the songs because I didn't know what Josh was playing, and I put it off for so long because I was dreading it. It's like, okay, well I need to know it all by tomorrow, so I just kind of learned everything, and then Josh and I sat down and was like, I play this, and I said, Josh, that's not how you play your part for that song. I had to learn both. I don't know, that's just how we did it. But I think we're playing it really nicely, so you be the judge of that tonight, but I think we're doing it.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Right.
The live stream was awesome.
Yahoo, thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks. See, instead of a music DVD, you get a live stream. Isn't that pretty nice?
Yeah.
Anyone else? Yes.
Who came up with the title, I Am Alive in Everything I Touch?
Timothy Findlay.
He's a Canadian author.
Yes, he is an author from born in Toronto. But it was, I guess the idea of it, the whole stuff was brought to the table by Paul Mark.
It's a nice quote. Yeah, I thought it suited the proposed concept well.
Yeah,
fitting for
it's hard. I kind of want everyone to hear the record and listen to it and then kind of develop their own sort of idea of what the title means to them rather than what it means to me. Because as much as it was my idea, the concept, and his title and our songs and all that, I think that I'm just a part of it as much as you're a part of it, if you know what I mean. Yeah. So I think that that's an important part of when someone's like, what's the concept? It's like, well, I could tell you exactly what I mean, but wouldn't it be better if you kind of took it for what you wanted it to be too? Maybe they would mean more, you know what I mean? Hey, you're tall.
Yeah, I can tell that. What inspired Spiral in Your Sleep? Was there a certain situation that happened to start the song?
mean, actually, I remember it was the first time we ever went to Europe, and I'd never been there before, and we took this like plane ride, and I couldn't sleep the whole flight or whatever. It was like really weird, and we were over there, and I was so tired. I went to sleep on like this European bus, like in a bunk, you know, and I probably slept for like 15 hours, and when I woke up, I had like no idea where I was. Like, sometimes you have a nap or something and you're like a little confused. But I was like fully like, didn't know if I dreamt I was in Europe or if I was really there, you know what I mean? And then during that period of time, I had like this kind of dream about stuff, and that's like where the lyrics were. I wrote Smiling Singlets literally right after that. So that's kind of what I guess inspired me to feel. Thank you.
When you go to halftime in that song, was that your idea? Was that the drums or rhythm section?
I can't recall how that one came first.
It might have been from Hash's idea. Actually.
We had the first kind of breakdown part, and then we were like, well, what if we just played that part again, but even slower?
It's just a hardcore trick.
I like it Massachusetts as well.
Sorry?
Massachusetts as well.
The halftime,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one actually doesn't get any slower.
No,
just
well,
the cymbals.
it goes halftime,
Yeah.
but it doesn't. The tempo doesn't change.
Yeah.
It's
Same trick.
I get the vibe.
We used to do a lot of tempo changes, though. Right? Felt like there was
We got a hand over here. Oh,
a
man.
difficult question.
Cool. Shinerbach and Lone Star.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're really liking this brewery in Texas called Just the King. It's some good stuff.
It's really, that's sort of like an all-day question. Like Bill has a seminar.
To answer the question, we must first ask, what is beer? We don't have time to answer that. Yeah, we like a lot. A whole lot.
We're crazy. Maybe a couple more here? Anyone else got?
Should we do maybe two more, and then we do some science?
And creep it up.
Hey!
So like the album art for all of it, it's kind of a two-part question. Like, so who makes all the album art? Part one. And then part two is like what's it about? Like the discovering the water. Does it mean anything to y'all, or is it just some pictures where you're like, yeah, that's good? Not that, you know, I mean,
Yeah, the art is done by a guy named Martin Whitfield. He was a friend of Josh's back when they were in high school. We worked together, and then we happened to do the art for What Broken Easily Fixed, and then we've continued to have to do all of our full lengths. It's been really great. A lot of the time we just give him like the general vibe of the album or the lyrics or the concept, and kind of let him run with it. And every time he's really impressed us with his art. So I think for Discovering the Waterfront,
It was art. The first 4 records were heavily art directed by us.
Yeah.
Like When Broken, Discovering, Mirage, and Shipwreck. And then after that, it became more like he was developing his style, and we had a relationship. And at that point, we wanted his interpretation, which is why like Rescue was kind of built that way. And so forth. And with the new record, he like nailed our concept without us really telling it to him. It was crazy.
He's really talented. Because Discovering the Waterfront one was maybe the most. Like we're very, very particular about the art. We would never just slap like a photo of us on a cover.
yeah, no.
You know, it's so all the artwork is very meaningful, every piece of it. But I remember with Discovering the Waterfront, there's like a line in the Call It Karma song. It's like I'd rather burn than fall kind of thing. And if you see the guy in the boat, his name's Yannick, by the way.
no one ever asked.
Now everyone knows. At least it used to be known. So there's like the water kind of trailing off into nowhere, but then behind him there's like the city burning. So it's kind of like there's this juxtaposition of like, you know, what is your fate going to be? Are you going to go off and venture off into the unknown, or are you going to go back to like the city on fire where you kind of know? So it's sort of, you know, I think that kind of speaks for itself in a way. But again, like I told the gentleman over there, like we want people to kind of develop their own ideas and stuff. 2 more questions, and we'll do some signing stuff.
Going off y'all saying the name of the gentleman and discovering the water fountain is the robot, and when broken is easily fixed, have a name?
Yes, his name is George.
George.
We named him after people we like.
I think we like Yannick. I don't even know who Yannick is. And the last one. Who's got it? Who's got the hot hand?
No one? Okay, I'll ask a question.
Okay.
How do you do your hair? what do you use? That's different. Hairspray? Yeah. Nicely done. Crazy.
It looks dangerous.
Do you know how many spikes you have?
I never know. I just leave them there.
And like you put it up for how long at a time?
Oh, it'll last for a day, basically.
Just for a day, and then you got to redo it.
How long does it take?
Less than an hour.
But more than like half an hour.
It ranges.
That's
Very,
wild.
very well done.
I do sit in cars and stuff.
I fit for some reason.
Just lucky.
Cool. My roof. Someone's gonna get beside you on an airplane and be like, "Are you kidding me?"
That is next to this guy. Pretty dang punk. Ow. Pretty ow.
No one will go to sleep on your shoulder though, which is nice. It's on an airplane. That sucks.
Well, shall we do some signing?